Over 250. That's the answer. That's how many cards I have not recapped on my channel that have piled up. I have this, what looks like a treasure, 2 treasure boxes. Truly, there is insane treasure in here. I'm waiting for just the right mood and vibe to go through. Myself personally, I know what I bought, but I haven't seen them in person yet. I've seen a couple of them, but I'm waiting for the right time to enjoy those daddies right there. And yeah, let's just get to it, boys. I did 2 hobby boxes with my boys to the Stadium Club, and shouldn't have gotten my hopes up for Stadium Club because it's Fanatics and the new era. You know, it's supposed to be all these like amazing action shots. Wow, so disappointing. That's all I gotta say. You know, what Stadium Club is. Stadium Club is usually like the premier, you know, skillful photography done for like MLB, and just awesome images and everything. You guys know they totally screwed up and didn't get out of the first round. That's for sure. But we had good luck, relatively speaking, compared to what I've seen posted. One of my numbered cards was a chick. This green one in one box, and then my other one in the second box I think was the Shara Bullet. And the lesser of our autos was this Victor Petrino that I wasn't sure if that was if he was with the Fighting Nerds, but he's not. Nice autograph. That'll fade if I don't put this in a box because it's blue on gloss. Black will last forever, but I guarantee you if I put a life test on this thing and just left it out on my table, it would be brackish. Chocolate Ale was the auto in my second box, and so was Victor Petrino. These 2 are my autos on the top level of my second box. And in the first box, our first hit was this number to 10 of Body Bags with a nice blue auto. I'll try to move that just because I don't need it, and I was ripping it for the base. And then my son in the last pack hit this Ilia Tupuria, as Jesus would say. So Card Fiend, I'm sure you would love that. So I'm gonna scratch it off and redeem it when Ilya is done with his legal battles with the Vixen. I'm sure he'll get this signing. So let's get to this stack, and in this stack will be some in-person autographs that I, DK, got done myself with my son in Vegas. This will be a lot of recent stuff. These are the other stacks. Lots of pickups and a little bit of in-person help. A lot of pickups, in-person help, and then this was all of our cards from UFC 319 that I still haven't recapped. Oh, I'll get to it. So today we got Gunnar Nelson on the set card, and this awesome Bedazzle 13 Finest. Oh man, what gems. Speaking of action shots, you know, I had this book open. I'm going to just jump off. I forgot. I had I bought for Christmas, my kids or my wife got me this large, massive 2300 card. This is so freaking heavy and thick. Card binder. You fit 2300 cards in there. Have it filled up because I had just tons of binders on my table. And then I had a bunch of collages. See, I bought that little rack. If you follow me on Instagram, I showed that. So I had a bunch of collages that had broken frames and stuff, and they were laying on the floor over there. So I dismantled those, and this one's, there's a spot right there where I took a round 2 Severin out because I got an update for it. Better auto. But yeah, I put those into here. So this is just here by my table on this little stand there. And this is what action shots are like. Look at this from 2011 title shot. That is an action shot. And what you don't see in all these action shots is you don't see guys with their hands in the air and stuff. This is what Topps was and should be. Even an action shot like that. All of these, 2015 action shot. You don't see any arms in the air, or there's a couple here that I had. There's a little mini rant, I guess, coming. Here's a couple I had. Let me see if I zoom back out to No, we want to go to 1. Like this. This is excellent photography. That's an action shot. That's an amazing like stadium club image. What else we got? Oh wow. Oh, here's a great action shot. Epic photography. Just what skill. That's acceptable. That's acceptable. That's acceptable. Okay. That's good. Oh, riveting. What amazing action. And, you know, they should put this on a hype insert because those hype inserts have 0 hype. Oh, here's a real original from 2014. Oh, geez. You know, that's acceptable. Not acceptable. Nothing special about that. And, you know, C-Rod, I had this put aside for the next event in Milwaukee. So there's some acceptable stuff there, but it needs to be consistent. And I wanted Stadium Club, and I was looking forward to it because there was a 200 count checklist, and I was hoping to get a bunch of new people that I can try to get signed. But these inserts, they're all dark pieces of crap. Like, this is dark. This is a dark ass card. It reminds me of those. There's just so many old school inserts that were just dark, like Stars and Stripes or whatever this thing is called. It's dark. Another dark image. Dark. And then you get this action pack. That's fine. Whatever. Hype. What's hyped about that? There's no hype. That's hyped. He's hyped. He's hyped for this weekend. That's about as hyped as you're gonna get, Alex, right? But I just was looking forward to it so much, and it just underwhelmed. I don't care about the inserts. I wanted the base, so hopefully I get my hands on some base so I can be done. And like I said on Instagram, the best way to put a stone in it or put a nail in it is to buy a blaster. That way you can just be done. Once you rip a blaster, you'll be so turned off you won't want to even buy cards again. So that's what we did. Opportunistic. Hey, you gotta rip one. My kids like ripping. Who doesn't? So we're back to the mail date today. We got Gunner. He kept only 2 of the 4 I'd take for him to keep. So I have a couple dupes, and I think these are the 2 that I need to compare to my PC autos to see if these are better. So we'll put those aside right away because I'm gonna look forward to messing with these. You want an action shot? There's your action shot. But you know, I think they say that Topps provides Fanatics with. No, UFC provides Fanatics or Topps with the images, and then the designers do the best they can, okay? So the way it works is that they have to buy the images, and they are definitely buying this image here. This was no doubt a low tier level image to buy from the guys on Getty or whatever photographers are selling their images. But this, that's an action shot. We like that. So I picked this up for like $20 off of eBay, off of a buyer seller that I commonly get from. Good old Rich. And sometimes TTMs don't work out that great and it gets creased, but that's fine. All we care about is the ink. And I got to take the rest of that off. I needed something to guard the swoosh of the F there, so I get that off. Got Lionheart back on 2 of 4. He kept 4 I'd take for him to keep, and 2 of the ones I wanted to sign. But I'm glad I got these 2 back because the other 2 I think were Panini Select, like a retail blue, and then like the base. I snagged these from a buddy who goes to the Cantina down in Cape Coral. Like $10 a piece. Why not? Now we're getting into some UFC in-person stuff. Johnny Parsons hooked me and my son up with a nice time at the UFC PI. And the mail that he had for me, he decided to say, hey, when you guys get here in January, why don't I just give you guys and sign the cards for you while you're here? So that's what he did. So I got the checkerboard finest, I got the blue finest, and I said, hey, nice and big across the middle, just not across your face. It goes across the face. That's all right, Johnny. Slugger knot with Dana White Contender Series 5. Had just an epic time at the UFC PI. It was just so cool to have your name on a list, to get through the gates. And yeah, to be able to walk right into the front desk. It was so cool. And drove up. Sean Strickland was outside on his phone. And then this was during our time at Xtreme Couture for my son's birthday. We took him there for the pro practice. So we watched pro practice, and Brad Tavares had my mail there too, and he wanted to give it to me. So he had the mail in the locker. So after practice, we went over by his locker and hung out, and he signed all the cards and kept the huge stack of cards I had for him to keep. So got Aloha on that bad boy. Got Amen on this one. Good Believer. Another Aloha. And the other one was Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. It's a real popular Christian verse about how the Lord orders your steps, or acknowledge in all your ways and he'll direct your paths. And then Aloha on the... So yeah, I think the ones that Anthony Smith kept were these two of this series. But really cool to get those signed up. And then the real fun thing in what I sent to him was I had another John Anik card, and he signed this for me there, and inscribed it UFC 276, because that's what this card was used by John Anik on air for. So it's signed on the back by Anik, and then really cool to get Tavares to sign that. So we'll put that in the back. What's up, Messi? Big soccer. Oh, you can't do that. No.
You're live?
Yeah, now my
Then you're out.
now my video is gonna be flagged for not being a yeah, it's not PG-13. And one of the main things I wanted to do there when we lined up going to the gym there was I really wanted my son to be able to meet Sean Strickland. We're big fans, and was able to call him over and introduce him to my son. He wished my son a happy birthday and carried a great conversation with him. It was so good. Just like he is on TV, but even more cool. So I asked him if he'd sign this one 2026, so I would remember it. And he wrote 26 and then 20. So that's kind of neat. And then, so then we got him on this parallel rookie blue thing. And then got him on the rated rookie. Gotta have my rated rookies done up. And then Dan Ige was at Xtreme Couture, and I had these 3 cards in my pocket. And during my time talking to Brad, Dan had left the gym. So when we went to the PI, a lot of the guys from Xtreme Couture went over there. And as soon as we walked in the front door to check in at the PI, Ige was walking out from the back. And I was like, dude, oh my word, I got these 3 cards. So I walked up to him. I said, hey, I got these 3 cards in my pocket. I was trying to meet you over at Couture's, but we got busy talking to somebody else. I said, would you sign these 3 cards for me? And I said, would you put 50K on there for 50K Ige? He said, yeah, sure, no problem. He kind of looked kind of weirded out a little bit. Well, after he signed them, the secretary at the front desk was kind of like, yeah, that can't happen anymore. This needs to be a safe space for fighters. There's no autographs and stuff. And I was totally like, this was just 100% coincidence. I had these 3 cards in my pocket, and I won't do it, I promise. So we didn't. And then Chris Curtis, I was so happy to get these done. I didn't want to TTM him and just hope for the best. Xtreme Couture is kind of weird with mail. They don't really give it out. They hold it, but I think the fighters have to go ask for it. So it's cool to get Curtis on basically one of each of his cards that I had. So we got the Chronicles. What is this? Luminance. That's a cool card. How about that full art action shot? We got the Select base. Got a Dunruss rated rookie. Got the Optic rated rookie. And then the Prism. So nice. So that's it for that. That was just a great time. Xtreme Couture, we also saw Michelle Pereira. Who else was there? Curtis. We saw Tatiana Suarez was there. Just many people. And one of the best parts of it was Coach Eric Nixick. Yeah, he stuck his head out in between pro practice and pro grappling practice. Said, "Hey, you guys stick around until after this, and I'll get you guys some gear." Well, he came out after grappling practice where we were at and gave my son an event-worn Zellhuber jersey that he wore during his fight. So that was so cool. So got to talk to Coach Eric, and then Luke got a picture with him with his jersey and stuff like that. The only thing we didn't do is I should have thought of having Coach Eric, sign that damn thing, just because it would have, it's a Zellhuber jersey that he wore during the fight, but it's Eric's, it's Coach Eric's jersey, so it would have been cool to have Coach Eric sign that. I didn't realize I didn't have this Czech Congo round 1, so now I do. Picked that up, I think, for 20 bucks as well. And this was a TTM from Nepal, Gabriel Gonzaga. I got an update on this one because the other one I have is like a thin black, almost like a ballpoint, like one of those stick point black Sharpies. And same with this is an upgrade, and I got a couple new ones. I got him on the Showdown Shots versus Schaub, and then the Bedazzle Refractor. Yeah, it's just they just call them refractors from 2013 Finest, but I like to call them Bedazzle Refractors. I don't give a crap. So that'll be it for this video. That's it. Oh, and Brad also signed a couple of these for us too. He had these that he wanted to send my way, so he had these all in the envelope ready to send back to me. And this one's extra. And then I asked him to put one on with my name on it because I'm gonna do one of these with the event, with that pink event card and his promo. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do one of those little combos there, get a frame for it. So yeah, that's that. I have so much more to do. I might do another one later tonight or tomorrow during Royal Rumble or the fights. So that'll be it. You guys, thanks for popping in, checking it out, skipping through, looking at the autos. And yeah, good luck with all your Stadium Club reps. And we'll talk to you guys on the flippity flip. Deuces.